Have you ever looked in the mirror and thought, something feels different, but I can't quite put my finger on it? It's not just your skin, your makeup, or your clothes. Sometimes it's your haircut. The right haircut has the power to soften your features, lift your expression, and make you look and feel years younger. The wrong one, though? It can drag your face down, highlight lines, and take away that natural spark that makes you you. Hi, my lovely ladies. Welcome back to Elder's Lantern, the space where age meets elegance, and confidence never goes out of style. Today we're talking about 3 haircuts that instantly make you look 10 years younger, and 3 that might be quietly aging you. Because beauty after 60 isn't about hiding age, it's about harmonizing with it. It's about choosing cuts that reflect the woman you've become. Vibrant, graceful, and full of life. So before you book your next salon visit or reach for the same old trim, stay with me. You might just discover that a few soft layers, the right length, or a touch of texture could bring back more youthfulness than any anti-aging cream ever could. Let's start with the one cut that flatters almost everyone, the beautifully soft layered bob. Haircut number 1, the soft layered bob. If there's one haircut that truly deserves the title timeless, it's the soft layered bob. Elegant, effortless, and full of movement. This cut is a favorite for a reason. It's not just about the length, it's about the life it brings back to your face. Unlike the blunt, straight-edged bobs that can make features look heavy or rigid, a soft layered bob gently frames your face, adding lightness and lift where you need it most. Those feathered layers around the cheeks and jawline act almost like a natural facelift, drawing the eye upward and softening fine lines. The beauty of this cut is in its balance. It's short enough to feel fresh and easy to maintain, yet long enough to style in a dozen ways. You can tuck it behind the ears for a clean, classic look, or add a little curl for movement and bounce. It's feminine without being fussy, graceful without trying too hard. One of my dear friends, Julia, got this haircut right after her 65th birthday. She'd worn the same straight, chin-length bob for decades, thinking it was her signature look. But after adding just a few soft layers and side-swept bangs, the difference was astonishing. Her cheekbones looked higher, her eyes brighter. Even her smile seemed more open. She said, "It's like I finally see myself again." That's the magic of the soft layered bob. It doesn't shout for attention. It quietly restores balance and youthfulness. It works beautifully with natural grays or silvers, giving them movement and shine instead of stiffness. And if you color your hair, those gentle layers make highlights shimmer naturally in the light. Ask your stylist for soft, blended layers that frame your face, not sharp ones that end abruptly. The goal is a look that moves. Hair that flows when you walk, not sits like a helmet. The layered bob is proof that looking younger doesn't mean drastic change. Sometimes, it's just about finding the shape that matches your energy, not your age. But while softness lifts and refreshes your look, there's one version of the bob that does the exact opposite. Let's talk about the blunt bob and why it might be holding you back. Haircut to avoid number 1, the blunt bob. At first glance, the blunt bob seems like a classic. It's clean, polished, and has that editor chic vibe. But for women over 60, this cut can be surprisingly unforgiving. Unlike the soft layered bob, the blunt bob creates a sharp, heavy line that sits stiffly around the face. Instead of lifting your features, it drags them down, and that subtle difference can add years rather than take them off. Here's the problem: when hair falls in a solid, unbroken shape, it frames the jaw and cheeks in a way that emphasizes drooping or fullness rather than balancing it. The result? A look that feels severe, even when styled perfectly. For women with fine hair, the blunt bob makes strands appear thinner and flatter. For those with thick hair, it can feel bulky and boxy, almost like a helmet. I once had a viewer write to me saying, "I thought I was going for sleek and sophisticated, but I ended up looking tired and harsh." That's exactly what happens when a haircut lacks movement. Hair without texture doesn't dance with the light. It just sits there, highlighting every shadow on your face. And here's another truth. After 60, the features we want to highlight, bright eyes, cheekbones, that graceful neckline, all benefit from softness and flow. A blunt bob cuts right across that natural energy. Instead of opening your face, it closes it in. If you already have a blunt bob, don't worry. The fix is simple. Ask your stylist to add soft, Face framing layers around the front or slightly feather the ends. You'll notice an instant lift. A few inches off the bottom and a touch of movement can completely change how your haircut supports your features. The goal isn't to erase structure, it's to bring back life and light. Remember, the right cut should never weigh your look down. It should let your confidence rise up and shine through. Now, if the blunt bob feels too harsh, let's move toward something that balances femininity and versatility beautifully. The shoulder-length cut with gentle layers. Haircut number 2. The shoulder-length cut with gentle layers. If you're looking for that perfect middle ground, not too short, not too long, the shoulder-length cut with gentle layers is the golden ticket. It's one of those effortlessly elegant styles that works with you, not against you. Just long enough to feel feminine and graceful, yet short enough to stay full of life and movement. The secret behind this cut's youthful power lies in the soft layering. Instead of weighing your hair down, gentle layers lift it up, adding bounce, volume, and that subtle framing effect that naturally brightens your face. They create motion around the cheeks and jawline, drawing the eye upward and giving the illusion of lift, which is exactly what most women over 60 want. One of the biggest perks of this style is how adaptable it is. Whether your hair is fine or thick, straight or wavy, this cut finds its balance. If your hair tends to fall flat, layers add lightness and movement. If your hair is on the thicker side, they remove heaviness and keep the shape soft and airy. And unlike ultra-short cuts, this one still gives you the freedom to play. Wear it down for an easy, flowing look, or pull it into a low bun or ponytail for effortless sophistication. Haircut to avoid number 2, the long, heavy, shapeless hair. There's something undeniably romantic about long hair. It can feel feminine, soft, and timeless. But here's the truth many stylists quietly agree on. After 60, very long, heavy hair with no shape often works against you. It can drag your features down, emphasize the areas you'd rather lift, and take away that sense of freshness and vitality we all want our hair to express. When hair grows past the shoulders without layers or structure, gravity starts to win. It pulls everything downward. Your face, your neckline, even your posture seems affected. Instead of framing your features, shapeless length tends to hide them. And while that might sound like a safe choice, it often does the opposite, drawing more attention to lines or sagging simply because there's no movement or lift to balance them. For women with fine or thinning hair, this style can look limp and tired, especially at the ends where the strands naturally thin out with age. It gives off a weighed-down effect that steals volume from the crown, the very area where lift and energy make the biggest difference. On the other hand, for those with thicker hair, very long layers can feel bulky and overwhelming. The hair takes over the face instead of complementing it, creating a dated, heavy look. Another challenge? Maintenance. Long, shapeless hair demands more care than it gives back. It tangles, takes longer to style, and rarely falls into place naturally. Without regular shaping, it can look more unkempt than effortless, and that's not the energy we're going for. If you love your length, don't worry, you don't have to chop it all off. The key is to introduce movement. Ask your stylist for face framing layers, soft waves, or even subtle texturing through the ends. This instantly brings your hair back to life, making it appear lighter, bouncier, and more youthful. Because at this stage, long hair should flow with you, not pull you down. And when it's shaped with intention, it becomes not just hair, but a reflection of vitality and grace. Now let's shift to something bold, confident, and beautifully empowering, a style that says, I'm not afraid to shine. It's short, it's chic, and it might just be the biggest confidence boost you've been missing. The textured pixie cut. Haircut number 3, the soft textured pixie. There's something magnetic about a woman with a pixie cut. It radiates confidence, freedom, and an effortless kind of sophistication. But the secret to making it truly youthful and flattering, especially after 60, lies in one word: texture. A soft textured pixie isn't just short hair. It's a statement, one that says, I'm vibrant, modern, and comfortable in my own skin. Unlike the stiff, cropped versions of decades past, today's pixie is feathered, layered, and full of movement. The goal isn't to look severe, it's to look alive. The magic happens in how the hair is shaped. Gentle layers at the crown add lift, instantly creating the illusion of higher cheekbones and a more open, radiant face. A bit of softness around the forehead or side-swept bangs helps blur fine lines and brings the eyes forward. Which, let's be honest, is where all the sparkle lives. For women with fine hair, the textured pixie is a game changer. The shorter length gives strands strength and fullness, while light layering adds volume in all the right places. For thicker hair, it removes bulk, keeping the shape airy and youthful instead of heavy or rigid. It's a cut that naturally complements your face, giving balance and brightness without trying too hard. One of the best parts? It's refreshingly easy to style. A little mousse or texturizing cream, a tousle with your fingers, and you're ready to go. It's that kind of I woke up chic look that takes minutes but feels intentional. Whether you wear glasses, have silver strands, or love playing with color, the pixie adapts beautifully to your personal expression. And here's the thing many women discover the moment they try it. Cutting your hair shorter can feel liberating. There's a lightness, not just in how it looks, but in how it makes you feel. You stop hiding behind your hair and start letting your face, your smile, your energy shine through. The soft textured pixie isn't just a haircut. It's a mindset. Confident, bold, and refreshingly modern. It reminds us that elegance has nothing to do with length and everything to do with attitude. But as empowering as a pixie can be, there's a version of it that tends to backfire. Harsh, geometric, or overly cropped cuts that can harden the features instead of softening them. Let's talk about one you'll definitely want to skip: the bowl cut or severe short crop. Haircut to avoid. Number 3. The bowl cut or harsh crop. The pixie cut can be one of the most flattering and empowering hairstyles a woman over 60 can wear, but not all short cuts are created equal. One style that tends to work against your natural beauty is the bowl cut or overly harsh crop. While it may look edgy or low maintenance in theory, in practice it often ends up looking hard, dated, and overly severe. The problem lies in the structure. A bowl cut, with its uniform line around the head and lack of layering, creates a heavy, helmet-like shape. It flattens your crown and frames the face in a harsh outline, rather than softening your features. Instead of lifting and brightening, it can make the face appear more rigid, especially around the jawline and forehead. For mature faces, where softness and movement are your best friends, this kind of sharp geometry can feel unflattering and unnatural. Similarly, a harsh crop, one that's cut too close on the sides or too blunt at the top, tends to remove the very element that brings youthfulness. Texture. Without variation in length, your hair loses its sense of movement and vitality. It may draw unwanted attention to areas like thinning hair or fine lines around the temples, and can make the overall look seem strict or masculine rather than effortlessly chic. Even though these styles can look striking on high-fashion models, or with heavy styling, they rarely translate well into everyday life. They demand constant upkeep, styling precision, and the right head shape. Otherwise, the result can feel too forced or unbalanced. If you love the idea of short hair but fear losing femininity, remember this. Softness equals youth. Opt for gentle layers, piecey texture, and a slightly longer fringe that can be swept aside. These details instantly add grace and approachability, while keeping your look modern. The best shortcuts flatter you, not fashion trends. A little movement, a hint of asymmetry, and a soft finish can make all the difference between a haircut that empowers you and one that overshadows you. Up next, we'll explore a style that strikes the perfect balance between modern edge and graceful movement: the effortlessly chic layered pixie bob. Here's the beautiful truth: your haircut is never just about your hair. It's a reflection of how you see yourself, how you move through the world, and how confidently you show up in it. Every snip, every layer, every soft fringe is a quiet declaration. I'm still evolving. I'm still radiant. So many women over 60 fall into the trap of thinking they have to play it safe, keeping the same hairstyle they've had for decades, or avoiding change out of fear it won't suit them. But the moment you decide to update your cut with intention, you send a message, not to the world, but to yourself. You're saying, I'm still vibrant, still expressive, and still full of life. Whether it's the elegant flow of a layered bob, the easy sophistication of a shoulder-length cut, or the confident energy of a soft pixie, what matters most is how it makes you feel. A great haircut doesn't erase time. It celebrates the beauty of now. And maybe that's the real secret. Aging isn't about hiding who you are. It's about revealing your best self with grace and joy. When you step out of the salon feeling lighter, brighter, and just a little bit more you. That's where the magic happens. So go ahead, take the leap. Let your hair reflect the woman you've become. Bold, beautiful, and completely unapologetic about shining at every age. Because confidence, dear one, is the most timeless look there is. If this video inspired you to rethink your next haircut, don't keep it to yourself. Give it a thumbs up and share it with a friend who deserves to feel fabulous too. I'd love to hear from you. Which of these styles spoke to you the most? Drop a comment below, and let's keep this beautiful conversation going. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to Elder's Lantern for more empowering style, beauty, and confidence tips made especially for women over 60. Because aging beautifully isn't about looking younger. It's about embracing your glow, your grace, and your unstoppable spirit.